This is a true story. I'm at the beach, Surfside, and I'm at some Earth Grill house. Just my girlfriend wanted me to go check it out. And we're sitting on the patio, and this dude walks up with a towel on and a purple thong. And this purple thong is stitched in such a way that it's a cone. And that's all he had on. And it got me reflecting because like this dude came up to us and was talking about a whole bunch of like crazy stuff. I mean, it was not really crazy to me, but it seemed outlandish if you've never been exposed to like outside of the box thinking. And he he was just like talking about fuck is like the correct pronunciation for fuck. And like all these different syllables, which I haven't explored pronunciations before, but I was looking at this dude like, bro, like you just need to chill out a little bit because you're not able to connect with people. And so this idea where we start to explore stuff that is outside of this realm or the agreed upon social norms, then people start to isolate us and we feel like we're trapped in a box outside of everybody else's box where people agree on what reality is. And then the second that I start thinking outside of it, then they disagree with me. And if you feel like this has happened to you where you're isolated from everybody else or feeling separate, don't worry because that is going to pass. And let me explain why. My name is Jonathan Keebler, and I've been exploring outside the box for 11 years. And one of the biggest challenges that I've run into is being able to really connect with people inside this reality. Because, like, people think that I'm out there sometimes. And it's not because I am out there, it's just that I've deconstructed the constructed reality that we have been told that we have to live in through meditations, qigong, inner exploration, conversations with crazy speedo guys. You know, these are things that allowed me to really break out. But I didn't. When I first started, I felt like a zebra with a bunch of horses, and I said that in front of like 60 people, and people would always laugh at me for it. And what I realized was the longer that I continued to be this zebra with the other horses, the more that I noticed that other people started trying to break free from their construct. So let me break that down a little bit. When like I'm authentic, very genuine. And because of that, I stand out. And whether people are making fun of me or encouraging me is irrelevant here. But because I get both sides of the coin, it's the fact that like people notice that I don't have to live in the way that we've been told we have to. And what's happening is they start questioning if they have to. I was talking to a friend, a mentee of mine, and we had this conversation about what a woodcutter was. And there's this little meme on or short on somewhere about a woodcutter, and which is an NPC, a non-playable character, and he's chopping wood, and this player walks up to him and is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm chopping wood." Okay, well, what are you doing with the wood? I'm taking it to my family. And he's like, well, when was the last time that you saw your family? He's like, pauses where he's at. Well, I'm chopping wood, he says. And he goes, okay, well, how long have you been chopping wood? And the NPC just, well, 20 years. Starts to question why he's chopping wood. Just simple questions that this player is asking, and like, why are you doing that? What is the point? Why? And these are questions I had to ask myself. And by doing that, by asking those questions, I'm able to come to a place where I'm okay with thinking outside the norms. And when I start to think outside the norms, I start to behave outside the norms. And when I start to behave outside the norms, and people notice that, and when people notice that, they start asking their questions. And when people start asking their questions, they start to behave outside of their norms. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing, because if you feel separate, if you feel like you are lost, untethered to the world, it's okay, because people see you. And initially, what you're doing is you're changing the dynamic of the relationship, the dynamics of the relationships. And so people are jarred by this a little bit. They're like, well, what the hell's going on? This dude is crazy, insane, walking around with no shirt, with a Speedo. You turn around, your ass cheeks are hanging out. Like, this is one of those things that I had that was very amusing, but like mad respect, because this dude did not care that he had a stitched on cone, right? He didn't care. And like, people might be shocked at you initially because you are changing, transforming. But you give it a little bit of time, your light that you let shine is going to give people permission to shine. You're going to give people permission to start thinking outside of the box. And when that happens, you start a ripple effect. And then the more grounded that you stay in your authenticity, your weirdness, the more people are going to come to you and ask you, hey man, how'd you get where you're at? What's going on with you? And you get to share your experience with them. And then they take what they can and leave the rest, and they go explore that. And you're giving them permission. You're basically sparking them in a way that your light ignites whatever they need to be able to wake up, break free. So be authentic, dude. Be weird, be outlandish. And if you got like anxiety and fear around this, that's okay. It's completely normal. I had a lot of fear the first 5 or 6 years. It wasn't until after I gotten a divorce where I was like, this isn't me. I'm not supposed to live inside of a square. I'm supposed to live in an infinite circle that just keeps going forever. That's how I'm supposed to live. And it wasn't until I finally let my soul break free, break out, and express itself however the hell it wanted to, that I stopped caring what other people thought in the separateness. But rather, like, I have a voice that people need to hear, but I don't get to choose who hears it, right? All I can do is voice it. All I get to do is show up authentically, and the people that need to hear it at that time will hear it. The people at the time that they need to hear it or are able to hear it will hear my voice. And the same is true for you. You are powerful. You have a voice that is vibrant and shines and ripples through this world. And you just have to let it shine. You have to let it say what it needs to. And don't allow the thoughts to try to filter or control what you need to say, how you need to say it, and where to say it. Just go out there and do it. You give permission for people to question their reality just by being you. You don't need to tell people they need to question it. You don't need to like try to word vomit all this information of like whatever. You just need to be yourself without trying to filter. Just be yourself. So I love y'all. Peace, and we'll see you again.